Alright, what's up guys? This is John J Images, aka John Jacobola. So right now I'm at Burnham Park. This is one of the places I found that I could probably quietly and safely vlog. The police station is right over there somewhere, I think. It's not too far. I could basically tell who's coming behind me because I got the camera screen. And then I also have a good view of the front because I'm on like a hill thing. So I think this is a safe place to vlog. So anyways, I want to talk to you about what it's like to live in a tourist city. So currently it is December 24. I've been wanting to do a video like this earlier, but you know, you can't wait for the perfect moment, so might as well just do it now because I'm outside and I found a good place to do it. As I mentioned before, I have limited resources, so I don't really have a studio that I could like vlog at, or I don't really have a nice studio where I have like my YouTube lights and whatever and I could just film and record, because back at my house, my condominium, it's very noisy. There's a lot of like music playing, there's families and children running around and partying and stuff like that, and it's just really loud in general, and like chickens. So this is, you know, it's still kind of loud with all the traffic in the back, but it's better than nothing. And also my background looks a lot nicer as compared to just like a yellow wall as you've seen in possibly some of my other YouTube videos. So yeah, I wanted to talk about the topic of what it's like to live in a tourist city. So Baguio City is the summer capital of the Philippines, and so that basically means that most of the Philippines, as it's known for, is a hot tropical country. So what a lot of the Filipinos do is they come up to this city, Baguio City, because it's the summer capital. Or as you could obviously tell right now, I'm wearing a jacket and a thermal, and it looks like it's about to rain, but that means the lighting's good. So anyway, this city in the Philippines is relatively cold as compared to the rest of the Philippines. I'm often wearing a hoodie in the city, which I love. But that also basically means that tourists from all over the Philippines come to Baguio City, overcrowded, spend their money, help the economy to run, and all that other things that comes with living in a tourist city. So I wanted to specifically get into the things, the pros and cons of living in a big tourist city here in the Philippines, Southeast Asia. So one of the big pros is that there's a lot of nice places to go to, obviously. Burnham Park, it's pretty nice. You know, there's a lot of greenery that was preserved, so I appreciate that. And then also, number two is that the food is pretty good. As you can tell by my food vlogs, they definitely have some good food and good coffee here in Baguio City. When usually you have a lot of high population, and then there's a lot of people spending their money in that high population area, of course that's what makes cities cities, right? So they have to craft and produce products and goods that people want to buy, and then they compete with each other, and so I usually get something quite good. And so you can check out some of my other food vlogs where I kind of feature the food that you could eat here in Baguio City area. And then another thing, number three I think, of living in a big tourist city is that you're able to meet a lot of people from the surrounding areas, which I think is cool, so you could form connections that way. Now some of the downsides of living in a big tourist city is, of course, it's overcrowded, right? So it's overcrowded, and obviously it's relatively more expensive than the rest of the country because it is a big crowded tourist city. So that's one of the downsides. Another is, it kind of relates to the overcrowding, is that the traffic here is just like horrendous. It could be really, really bad, especially around this time, Christmas time, holiday season. So Philippines celebrates their Christmas time for like several months because they don't have like a ton of other holidays unlike the United States. So they really, really celebrate it. They already had like their Christmas lights and their Christmas songs playing way before it was Christmas time as compared to the United States, because the United States has a lot of, you know, holidays and stuff. So yeah, that's one of the major downsides, is that a lot of people come here, the traffic gets really bad, and everything just gets overcrowded. But at least that means your city is making money, so it's still able to live. And another downside of living in a big tourist city is, unfortunately, it seems like Baguio City relies on a major part of their income from tourists. So when, you know, the whole worldwide situation hit, and that starts with a C, Baguio City got hit really hard in regards to the tourism sector, and their money, their income just wasn't there as compared to, you know, what it was like when the world was normal. And then another downside, I would say, of living in a tourist city is that since everything's so like crowded and congested in traffic, this all kind of relates to that one big downside I pointed out, the overcrowding, is that especially during flower season, or Panagbenga, that's what they call it. It's like a big flower festival where they celebrate the highland or Igorot culture. And so They dress up and like a bunch of their flower costumes and a bunch of, they're basically combining a bunch of old tribal stuff with new age flower costumes, and then they go out and they parade. But pretty much from what I understood, when that happens is that it basically becomes impossible to commute, or it just takes hours to commute. Now, a lot of people here in the Philippines don't own cars, so a lot of them commute by jeepney, and so that could be one of the major downsides of living in a tourist city like Baguio City. Commuting just takes forever or can become impossible. You might even get faster to your destination if you walk there, but Oh, also walking here or traveling as a man on foot instead of a man in a car can be quite dangerous. I've walked here quite a bit in Baguio City, so I kind of know my way around to a degree, to a good degree. But you just feel like you always have to watch your back or watch your shoulders so you don't get run over. So that's one of the things that you should be watching out for if you come and visit a large city like this, or you're planning to stay a while in a large city, a large tourist city in the developing nation like Philippines. That's my experience here in Baguio City. That's what I wanted to talk about, some of the pros and cons of living in a big city.